Welcome back to CreepCast. Today we are doing a little double-headed feature, starting off with one of the stories that is in our subreddit, r/CreepCast, called Esoteric Isotopes, which I don't like that. Isotopes are Yui yucky yucky num num time.
Yui yucky time.
Yeah, isotopes. Isotopes are like the little fucking fish bugs, right?
No, that's isopods.
Oh, well, okay. Well, then you see, we're out of yucky fun time. We're out of yucky nasty time.
Who am I on the podcast with right now?
I thought it was like esoteric.
Isotope,
yeah.
No. An isotope is a variant of an element that has a different number of neutrons compared to the standard.
They're also the little bugs that are in fish's mouth whenever you see them.
No, that's not. No.
You ever see the movie?
I don't even think it's.
You ever see the movie The Bay?
Yes,
that's the story we're reading.
Yes, I've seen The Bay.
That's the story we're reading. Esoteric yucky bug. That's what the story should have been called. Already giving it a docket for not calling the story Esoteric Yucky Bug.
Already docking points from it.
I literally know nothing about it.
It's not all isopods that do that. It's just like the one louse.
No. All of them do that.
That does that.
All of them do that.
Okay. Have you seen the picture of a bunch of isopods around a bag of Doritos?
And they're extremely esoteric. There's a bunch of isopods around Doritos. I mean, do you blame them?
Hold on. This is an important image. Sometimes I feel like I'm on the show with my grandfather.
I don't know. If I'm being completely honest, I don't think I really know what esoteric means. Teacher Isaiah, could you tell me what esoteric means?
No.
All right.
I can't.
Then I'll ask my real teacher, Ask Jeeves. Esoteric.
Okay.
Intended for or likely to be understood by only a small number of people with a specialized knowledge or interest. That's kind of funny. That's ironic that you wouldn't tell me that too. Feels like you were being esoteric yourself.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Dude, I know.
Do you like that picture?
I like the picture.
It's a pretty good picture.
I want to eat them. I want to boil them and eat them.
The giant roly-poly looking things?
Because they're the good lobster, dude.
What do you mean they're the good
The lobsters are the rats of the sea, and these isopods that have obviously good taste next to this vintage bag of Doritos, I think would taste delightful. You're telling me that if you cooked up an isopod that had a belly full of Doritos that it wouldn't taste good? I don't know.
Esoteric isotopes. Esoteric isotopes.
Oh, dude, it's going to kill you to say this first line.
All right. I was never a very religious man. It's gonna kill you.
Clip that.
I made a joke a while back that you're the person VeggieTales warned me about, but you are in like the Saturday morning cartoon way of like, go ahead, say the bad word. Say the bad word where your mom will hear. I was never a very religious man. Hell, I wasn't even a very good man.
Please clip that.
Most of my life was lived.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for the clippers for doing that. All right, that's the last time I'm saying it, unless there's another great one. But that's just awesome.
Well, you just want a clip of me saying I'm not a good man.
Hell, I wasn't a very good man.
Oh, hell. Okay. As I walked over to the edge of the tent, one of the older men shouted to me,
"Dick! Hey, Dick!"
I glanced in his direction to see the sergeant in charge of the platoon ever since our first lieutenant bit the dust coming towards me.
"Sir?"
I said, snapping into an attentive stance.
"At ease, boy!"
I felt... Have you been wanting to be like a sergeant really bad?
I've wanted to do that stupid fucking... Well, I'm not going to say stupid because I don't really know. I just... Whenever they're sitting there like, "Hey, boy!" They throw their gun around, they do... "Eric, I've always wanted to not only know it, but I've wanted to lead one so long and then hear all the little, you know what I mean? People throwing the gun around. It's oddly satisfying. It's stimming for my tisms, is what I would say.
Did you have something this morning? Is there a reason that you're in this like state?
What's
right
that?
now?
What did I do?
You're just so amped up. You've jumped me on the first sentence for everything. You've ran like 3 microbits by yourself, completely unaided.
I'll stop.
You're like a
fucking
weed eater,
stop.
just firing on all
I'll
cylinders.
fucking stop.
Okay. He tried to wriggle out of the bed, but it was like his limbs simply wouldn't function. As he struggled to move, he opened his mouth to speak. No sound escaped him. But from the movement of his lips, I could garner the words.
He said no sound escaped him, so.
I guess that is what it would sound like then. Just moaning. From his lips, I could garner the words, I'm sorry, again and again. Then I woke up.
Richard, honey, are you there?
The voice of my mother brought me back to the present moment.
Yes.
Sat there numbly.
Listen, you'll be home by the end of the day, okay? We need you home. Sharon is inconsolable, and Michael, well, he's Michael.
In 1969, they're going to have him home by the end of the day.
I just want to say, so I didn't want to stop the flow, but it was very funny to me that there's a part where it's like my dad came out in a lab coat, and it made it seem like he's like, which was strange because he was a guy who landscaped yards or whatever. It's like the way that they presented the lab coat thing was funny. Yeah, I don't know. I get unless it's like unless the base is nearby. I don't know, right? Or is he in?
No, he's in Vietnam.
Oh.
Yeah, he said the Vietnam mornings. Yeah, put combat boots. He's talking to a platoon sergeant because the lieutenant got killed. So, yeah, he's in combat.
What if his mom lives in Vietnam?
Well, I guess. What were they? Was it C-130s back then? What was the transport plane? I don't know if the C-130's been around that long.
Unabomber, bomber.
Well, I don't think. Yeah, the Unabomber.
Is that the name of that big black one that's like, that looks sick? What's the name of that one? That's a Unabomber, right?
The Unabomber is Ted Kaczynski.
Oh. All right.
That was the nickname.
What's the big black one?
Okay, well, it was the C-130. It says that the two transport aircrafts were the C-130 and the C-141. Okay. So, yeah, you could get there in one day then. I think, like, the flight over the ocean's like 11 hours or something like that.
I just literally Googled, could you fly to Vietnam to America in one day in 1968 and said, no, you could not fly from Vietnam to the United States in one day in 1968. Okay. Just want to say that. That's what Google says.
It says airtime would be 26 hours. I like how this guy made a story for our subreddit and was like really pumped about it. And we're immediately like, I don't think this timeline's right. I think this is wrong. Incorrect. Yeah. Now, if he was flying on the Unabomber, Ted Kaczynski.
Flying through the air. What is that? It's a Unabomber. What is that? What is that actual airplane called?
Which plane are you talking about?
It's the fucking big black one that's like kind of flat and wide.
Oh, the B-2.
Is that what it's called? B-2 bomber? That's what I was talking about. That's what they flew home. I think sick.
The stealth bomber?
Yeah.
The stealth bomber?
He's sneakily going to break the laws of time and get home from Vietnam to America in one day.
Okay, so the B-2 production ended in the year 2000. So I don't think in 1969 he would have...
We don't make them anymore?
Had access to one. No, they still make them. I'm saying that that's when they started. It was first made in 1988, and the production was from 1988 to 2000. You know those things cost over $1 billion?
Yeah, easy. Chum change. Anything to get our boys home, right? What could we be carrying that's worth $1 billion?
Well, it's $2 billion, actually. It's $2 billion.
That seems like such an excessive amount of money to put into a stupid fucking plane.
To get our boys home, just randomly getting like really political about it. A few weeks passed, and eventually my mother began to insist I take that cushy job instead of going back to Vietnam. Ultimately, I decided she was right. She began to plead for Michael's sake. She had me honorably discharged and set me up a lab in the city. Esoteritronics. It was a what kind of cushy government job is that? You have a lab called Esoteritronics. It was a leading government-funded research site for electronics.
What?
Something I had actually shown some promise with as a kid in the Army.
Come on, wait. Time out. It was a leading government-funded research site for electronics, and it's called Esoteritronics. It's like being like, I worked at an artillery place called Boomy Big Bombs. It was a governmental lead. It was a governmental leading funded artillery.
It's, I mean, to the story's credit, if it was a public business that the government was just using and funding, then it could be any name. But if it's an actual government job, like he's describing, and not just funded, then yeah, it'd be like the government calling it the big boomy big fun time house. Winter of 1984. I paced the length of my office, staring at a blackboard across the room. Currently, I was working on coming up with a solution to infant mortality and the solution to infant mortality. The secret code. Infant mortality and unpredictability in integrated circuits. Are those two things interlinked? Circuits and infant deaths? He's just sitting at his desk holding like a baby doll and a computer chip. And he's like, there's got to be a way.
The technology just isn't there yet.
If only I had more time. He has a desk covered in baby dolls. He just like swipes it off. Originally, I had worked in the labs found in the second sub-basement. To my assumption, the last basement. To my surprise, when my new clearance came, I was informed I would be in the 11th sub-basement from now on. I remember the conversation pretty vividly. My manager, Timothy Ruths, who was also a high-ranking Army general, had come into my office in the morning.
Still no luck on the infancy mortality, Dick? No, unfortunately not. Well,
He just has a bunch of baby dolls. He's like, there's got to be a clue.
No, just a bunch of dead battery babies on my desk.
He's just like, he has a slingshot.
Yeah,
All
the babies, all the baby dolls have like goggles and helmets on, and like a giant bullseye on the wall.
He's just hurling them into the wall.
No, they're still dying on impact, Sergeant. At ease, Dick.
Just all night, he's got a clipboard and he's like walking over to the dolls and writing notes and then putting it back in the slingshot.
That's all right. Not every problem is going to get solved immediately. That said, we're outsourcing this problem. I'll keep trying, Sergeant. Thank you, sir. Attention!
Just not every problem is going to get solved immediately as they're flying in between the two of them, like straight into the walls. His smile was friendly, but there was a twitch in his brow, something in his voice. I've poisoned this scene for me. I apologize. It's something in his voice like annoyance I hadn't heard before.
Wait, am I being fired? No. A brilliant mind like yours? No. That's the most condescending shit I've ever heard in my life, dude. No. A brilliant mind like yours? Slingshotting the babies into the wall with goggles and helmets? No. You'll need this.
Produced a new badge, this time with a magnetic strip running along it.
Follow me.
I did as I was told and followed the general out of my office, which was immediately flooded by a few men who proceeded to grab anything that belonged to me and towed it after us. just arms full of baby dolls.
Leave the baby dolls, Dick. I can't. It's my life's work.
I'll never know. I looked back and began to object when one...
Rough day.
She asked. I nodded.
Well, tell me about it. Not particularly. It's just that we're no damn closer to a solution now than a year ago.
She stroked my chest now, almost nervously.
Well, I have some exciting news.
I looked up and she reached behind her, slowly pulling... She reached behind her, slowly pulling out a pregnancy test. My eyes honed in on the blue shade of the tip. I stammered over my words.
What? Wait, are we? I'm gonna be a dad?
She nodded her head excitedly, and I wrapped her up in my arms, and I jumped off the couch, picking her up and dancing around.
This baby is gonna. I hate to say it, but this baby is fucking dead, dude. It's such a bummer. It's such a bummer to be like, we're so happy, and just to know I'm like, there's no fucking way in hell that baby is lasting.
They've mentioned infant mortality 3 times.
They've mentioned infant mortality rates far too often to have any kind of hope that this baby's gonna make it to fucking 2. Yeah, right, bro. God. Daddy wants to introduce you to my slingshot.
Yeah, that's why I was going to make a joke about how that the story now enters an interesting moral complexity, because it's like, you know, his whole career is slingshotting babies, but now that he has one of his own, will he be able to put it in the slingshot? Pointed at the angel now.
He came to your father one night and told him of the impending end of the war, and that soon your father would be, and that soon your father would impregnate your mother with the second coming of Christ, who would grow to lead the Christians in a movement called the Rapture, a mass exodus to the last livable place on the planet. There, God would come and give us the tools to start again, to make a heaven on earth.
The general just cracked out of his mind. You are Jesus.
Are you serious? That's awesome.
What? Me? Wow. I'm Jesus?
Are you saying that I'm Jesus Christ?
Meanwhile, the angel's like, ah!
Yeah, the angel's just like, ah! Why do you think it's a good?
Please.
If you had an angel there, I like how the angel flew up one day. His big stupid fucking eyes floating around. He's just like, "Hey, no, seriously, by the way, Hitler's gonna blow up the world." And they're like, "Imprison that thing!" they're like, "Lock it away!"
Yeah, like it came down to visit him, and they all jumped on him to hold it down. Like, quick, put it in the time prison. Put it in the time prison.
No!
And then immediately the general's like, "Yep, your father impregnated your mother and brought about
so then your
the
father
new Jesus."
totally filled your mom up, and your Jesus.
You ain't gotta. Okay.
No.
Yep.
Yeah,
No,
you're the main. You're the main character. No, you don't have to. No, seriously, that's what happened.
No, you don't need to. I get it. I understand how that works. I've heard that.
How funny would it be if it's like, why do you think it was? Do you ever think it was weird that you were born with a beard?
Yeah, it's just like he's just like that explains how I always walk on water.
Yeah.
Or what?
Do you ever thought it was strange how you have holes in your hands and feet and that you were born with a beard? Well, they just said it was a birth defect. No, you're Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the entire story he's wore like the purple sash and like the white robe, and he's like, wow,
he's got a white robe and everything, and he's just like, I can't believe I got a job at Esoteritronics.
Oh, all right, and they've imprisoned the angel Gabriel apparently.
Yep.
Also, the angel was like, "Hey, you guys should probably stop Hitler." And then they caught him.
I mean,
like,
that's what I mean. It's like, what I mean is he came up and he's like, "No, seriously, I'm telling you, this guy's gonna like fucking blow up the world or something." Like he's like giving them like a kind of a cool heads up, and they're like, that sounds good. Sedate him. And they're like, why do this?
It's like, yeah, tell me more. And behind their back, they have a frying pan that they're gripping.
Yeah. Ding!
The look on my face was pure incredulity, despite the evidence.
Your father, the diligent soldier he was, came to me and reported what he had been told. We couldn't allow that. So we scoured ancient text and we found a way to trap Gabriel.
They looked at some like old scrolls. They saw a giant butterfly net. Of course.
It's like the dad went and stood underneath. The dad went and stood underneath a giant cardboard box with a stick propping it up. And he's like,
Gabriel, I can't hear you. Can you come over here?
I need you to be closer.
What is that? It's nothing. Just come here. You guys tell me.
Hold on. Right next to the box, they have a giant spinning frying pan. As soon as the box drops, just ding, 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 ding. Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
So we scoured ancient text, and we found a way to trap Gabriel.
I thought because she said Gabriel said that. That's what he said. Is that not what Gabriel said?
Yeah. Gabriel's giving her good info. It's just not useful to them.
Yeah. So he's like sitting there. He's like, no, seriously, like the best way to do mac and cheese is to bake it in the oven and have like a little crispy layer on top. Also, God's dead. You also want to figure out that like when you're reseeding your lawn. Hey, what is that last word? When you reseed your lawn, you want the one before that. Oh yeah, he's been dead. He's dead. He's gone.
Yeah, he's been gone a while.
Why do you think I'm down here? You know what I mean? What the fuck do you think I'm doing?
Why do you think I'm stuck inside of this box? Do you think that would happen otherwise? Flashes in my mind of my baby sister sitting here in the dark with the angel before her.
Sharon?
General simply stared back and then said,
correct. She threatened to tell on us, so we...
She threatened to tell on us is such a funny line.
Correct. She threatened to tell on us, so we did what had to be done. Unlike your father, she had no family we could threaten to keep her in line.
I like the idea that like a local beat cop could take down the government angel operation.
Hey, so my job at Esoterictronics, they have a giant angel down there who's talking to me about Bop It and reseeding my lawn. Okay.
I also like, because they said that the way they started this program is his father, who was already working for the government, came to them and was like, hey, an angel told me we have to stop Hitler. And they didn't just like fire him. They were like, really? And then, now imagine they think it's fake the whole time, and then they get him there, and the angel actually shows up, and they're like, "Oh my god!"
Is there a way that this connects in with Joseph Smith at all? Because does this not read like Joseph Smith?
Yeah, look, you can. I take enough flack from the Mormons. All right, if you want to start a fight there, you go right ahead.
I'm not starting. I'm just saying that Joseph Smith, he talked to the angels like that. That was a legitimate question. It could be no. I was just wondering.
I thought Joseph Smith talked. Well, okay, yeah, sure. You know what, buddy? This is the Joseph Smith story, just for you. Better be careful making jokes like that. Then we'll. Okay, cut that.
Oh, God.
cut that from the episode.
Oh, Lord.
It was right there.
That's such a historic moment. That's a historic moment. That's the first time you've ever had a spastic cut that. Usually I'm the person that says cut that.
Cut that or bleep that or do something. Do not bleep that in the episode.
Thank you guys so much for watching this week's episode. Thank you to all the audio platform listeners on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. We appreciate it. And thank you to our very supportive and very beautiful patron supporters as well. It really does help us out. If you're interested in writing and you're interested in just being fucking creative in like a storytelling aspect and you want somewhere to show it, put it on our subreddit. It's awesome. Not everything needs to be gold. You know, it's just fun seeing where people's minds are coming from and seeing how people are getting inspired by each other here. And I think that we've read a lot of really great shit. So please be creative and start writing. We will see you next week. Bye-bye.
And if the angel Gabriel ever tells you to hurl babies into a wall with a slingshot, I'm not your dad, so do what you want.